Kung hindi pa kayo nakapabili na yung smartphone last 2024 nung Christmas, congratulations! Dahil as early as now, January pa lang ng 2025, meron na tayong flagship killer dito sa bagong POCO X7 Pro. This phone has the flagship killer specs without the flagship price tag. Dimensity 8400 Ultra, halos kaya ng tapatan si SD8 Gen 3. 6,000 mAh na battery, sobrang laki na may 90 watts na charging capability. Crystal Rest na AMOLED display na may 1.5K display. Best of all, Sony IMX882 na 50MP na main camera sensor. O ano, naintriga na kayo? Tapusin nyo itong video na ito. Now, itong POCO X7 Pro na Iron Man Edition with a 12 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigs of storage will be priced at 22,999. Pero sa mga early birds, 19,999 na lang itong phone na ito. Now, yung regular edition ng POCO X7 Pro has 3 variants. Meron siya 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage will be priced at 16,999. Pero sa early bird, 15,999 siya. Meron siyang 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage will be priced at 17,999. Pero sa early bird, 16,999 siya. And syempre, meron siyang 12,512. Ang kanang regular price would be 19,999. Pero sa early bird, 18,499 na lang siya. Lahat ng official link, I'll be posting it on the description box below. So, check nyo ang official links. Now, one of the things na gustong-gusto ko dito sa phone na ito is yung kanang collaboration with Marvel. Kita natin ang ganda ng pagkagawa na dito sa Iron Man na phone na ito. The Iron Man logo dito sa likod is really looking nice. Plus, meron pa siyang Avengers logo dito sa ilalim, which is definitely dope para sa mga Marvel fans. Pati box niya, binigyan din niya ng extra effort. Now, maganda nga talaga ang kanyang likod. I was hoping na sana pati gilid niya, gawin din niya kahit metallic na red, no? To make it look more Iron Man-ish na design. Pero nilagay lang nila dito is just a very plain na matte black na plastic frames on the sides. Which is, I would say na siguro kulang kunti ng effort. Pero tuwang-tuwa rin naman ako dito sa kanang red na ring dito sa kanang dalawang camera module, which is looking really nice, no? Maganda bagay na bagay dito sa kanyang phone. And maganda rin ang kanang red button dito sa kanya. Another plus point is ang kanyang theme dito, which is hindi ko rin nakita sa POCO F6 na Deadpool Edition. Pakita ko sa inyo in full detail ang kanyang theme. Now, one thing that I really like dito sa phone na ito is that ang ganda ng kanyang theme pack. Now, alam naman natin yung likod niya is Iron Man theme. And I voiced out during yung review natin ng POCO F6 na Deadpool Edition is that maganda yung kanyang likod. Except that yung kanyang theme is just a regular na theme. But dito, ginalingan husto ni POCO giving yung theme na gusto natin. No? This is a special custom-made na Iron Man theme. Makita natin mga icons dito is talagang specially made for this phone. Therefore, I would say na this is definitely a special edition. Not just only yung kanyang back case, but the experience while using this phone is definitely better. Now, overall, ang kanyang design is good. Magandang aking grip dito sa aking kamay. And I would say katamtaman ng kanyang bezel. Not the thinnest that I've seen, pero quite decent naman ang kanyang symmetrical na bezel. Now, this phone is the first one to sport the MediaTek Dimensity 8400 Ultra. And nung sinabi ko sa intro, this one can go almost toe-to-toe with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 dahil sabi ni POCO kaya na magbigay ng AnTuTu score of up to 1.8 million points. Ako, honestly, I would hardly get yung score na yun. After 5 tries, 1.5 million points na nakuha ko. Pero tinanong ko naman ibang mga tech reviewer, they were able to get 1.6 and 1.7 million score dito sa AnTuTu benchmark. I'm not quite sure kung bakit sa akin hindi gumana. Ito ang breakdown score na nakuha natin. Ito naman score na nakuha ko dito sa CPU benchmarking sa Geekbench. Ito naman sa GPU benchmarking. Looking okay naman ka ng thermals. After 5 minutes, medyo bumaba siya ng konti. Nag-throttle siya to 79% na ka ng best performance. Now, sabi ni POCO, nilagyan nila ng liquid cooling technology 4.0 dito sa phone na ito. Malalaman natin later sa gaming kung lumamig nga ba siya compared sa X6 Pro. Now, pagdating naman sa battery, ang laki. 6,000 mAh ang kanyang battery, which for me is a good upgrade over sa X6 Pro. Now, another good thing dito sa kanya is that it support 90 watts na fast charging ni Xiaomi. Only thing is that this box doesn't come with any charging brick. Now, if you're an early bird buyer, it would come together with a free na Xiaomi charging brick. Pero balita ko doon sa regular na X7 Pro, meron charging brick na kasama. Now, charging from 0 to 100 dito sa phone na ito, using the Xiaomi na 90 watts of fast charging brick, siguro nasa loob ng 30 minutes tapos ka na mag-charge. And another thing na nakakatuwa din naman dito sa kanya is that kayang tumagal ng one whole day itong phone na ito without even hitting the charging brick. That is provided na hindi ka babad sa gaming and hindi ka rin babad sa video conferencing or video taking. Talagang kayang-kaya naman nito matagal ng one whole day. Siguro pa isa't kalating araw, kayang-kaya. Nung sinalang ko to sa battery stress test dito sa PC Mark, nakakuha siya ng 19 hours and 7 minutes na screen on time. Tinest ko to under 50% brightness and 60 Hz screen refresh rate. Pag-usapan naman natin ng display. This phone has a 6.67-inch Crystal Res na AMOLED display na may 1.5K na resolution. It has a refresh rate of up to 120 Hz and ang kanang touch sampling rate is 2,560 Hz. Maximum brightness, 3,000 nits. And meron din siyang 1,920 Hz sa PWM dimming, which is definitely mas friendlier sa iyong mata. And ang kanyang protection, Corning Gorilla Glass 7i. So nung nagsiscroll naman ako dito sa social media, sa Facebook, sa TikTok, sa Instagram, and on other social media apps, talagang smooth ang mafe-feel mo dito sa phone na ito dahil sa kanyang high refresh rate, hindi mo mafe-feel na parang umuutal-utal lang yung screen. As long as maganda naman yung internet connection, expect mo na mabibigyan ka ng magandang scrolling experience sa phone na ito. And another thing, meron siyang level 1 na Wi-Fi security level. So, pwede ka manood ng HD content dito on this phone. And nung nanonood naman ng HD content dito sa YouTube, I was able to enjoy naman different videos na pinapanood ko dito while I was on my vacation. And especially watching animes and Korean novela, panalong-panalo dito sa phone na ito. Now, this phone has stereo speaker. 2 butas dito sa ibabaw and 5 butas dito sa ilalim. Tara, subukan natin kung may ibubuga itong speaker niya. Surprisingly good ang kanyang sounds, nung sinagad-sagad ko siya, hindi rin siya tunog lata. So, good ang kanyang speaker. Napag-usapan na natin ang gaming. Kanina sinabi ko meron siya Liquid Cool Technology 4.0, which is a improved version ng liquid cooling technology dito ng POCO. And meron siyang POCO 3D na ice loop system. And further giving you some ideas dito sa specs niya, it sports a LPDDR5X na RAM and UFS 4.0 na storage. Plus, meron siyang Wild Boost Optimization 3.0 sa kanyang Game Turbo mode. So, sinalang ko 4 games dito, Honor of Kings, Genshin Impact, Farlight 84, and Call of Duty Mobile. Now, if you're playing the game Honor of Kings dito sa POCO X7 Pro, expect that it would give you a really good experience. Now, setting it to all high settings na kaya dito, talagang mabibigyan ka ng really nice na experience. The gameplay was really smooth. Halos wala naman ako napansin na frame drops along the way. One thing na nagustuhan ko dito sa kanya is magandang kanang sounds and very fast ang response ng screen while I'm playing. And another thing na gusto ko din dito sa kanya is maganda ang kanya display, giving you a better na experience while gaming. And after 30 minutes of gameplay sa Honor of Kings, 39 degrees Celsius ang kanyang pinaka-maximum na inabot ng phone na ito. Now, pagdating naman sa Genshin Impact, sinagad-sagad ko rin kanyang graphics, nilagyan natin sa high and 60 FPS. Very smooth din ang kanyang performance dito. I would say na halos flagship level comparable din ang kanyang gameplay ng Genshin Impact. Halos wala rin ako na feel na frame drops dito sa kanya while playing against big bosses dito sa Genshin Impact. And another thing na talagang ginustuhan ko dito sa kanya is sobrang fast ang response ng kanyang every single touch dito sa kanyang screen. And itong phone na ito is probably one of the better ones na nilaro ko for Genshin Impact. And honestly, I would highly recommend itong phone na ito if you're a player ng Genshin Impact. After 30 minutes of gameplay, pinakamainit na inabot niya 43 degrees Celsius. Now, pagdating naman sa Farlight 84, sinagad-sagad din naman natin kanyang graphics dito. And honestly, to my surprise, magandang kanyang gameplay. Though there are a little minor frame drops, pero halos hindi mo masyadong mapapansin. Pero biglaan lang naman nangyayari yung mga frame drops na yun. Pero halos very minimal lang naman. Nabibilang naman sa daliri, no, ng isang kamay. Now, one thing na nagustuhan ko while playing Farlight 84 is malinaw ang kanyang screen while playing this game. And after playing dalawang rank matches for 30 minutes, pinakamainit na inabot na is also 43 degrees Celsius. Call of Duty Mobile, sinagad-sagad natin ka ng graphics and yeah, sobrang ganda ng gameplay dito. Sobrang natuwa sa kanya. Nilagyan natin sa max na frame rate and nabigyan na tayo ng really good experience dito sa kanya. One thing na nagustuhan ko din dito sa kanya is yung kanyang loudspeaker na maganda habang naglalaro ka na itong game na ito, marinig mo the footstep coming from the left and coming from the right. Talagang madidistinguish mo dito sa speaker na ito. I'm not saying that it's one of the best speakers out there, pero I would say na maririnig mo talaga yung footstep from the left and from the right, madidistinguish mo from this phone. And playing for 30 minutes, 43 degrees Celsius din ang inabot niya. Now, probably one of the highlights dito sa phone na ito is yung kanyang camera. It has improved significantly from the POCO X6 Pro. Ang kanyang main camera sensor is a Sony IMX882 na 50MP with OIS and meron din siyang kasama na 8MP na ultra-wide lens. Ang kanyang front-facing camera is a 20MP na front-facing shooter. Yung kanyang likod can shoot you up to 4K and 60 and yung kanyang harap can shoot you up to 1080p and 30fps. Now, I've been navigating with this phone and playing with yung kanyang camera and to my surprise, ang daming kong magandang shots na nakuha ko dito sa POCO X7 Pro. And makita natin some of these outdoor shots, just a very simple shot, pero it looks really nice. Taking some mga building shot dito sa Quezon City. And you'd see, kahit even though na medyo gloomy, medyo maganda naman pagka-capture ko dito sa mga shots na ito. And trying to take some flower shot, even though na hindi ganun kagandang lighting, maganda naman ka focus sa subject and blurring all the way to the background. And also focusing on this shot, makita natin okay naman pagka-focus. Medyo hindi lang siya ganun ka-bright, pero I would say na sharp naman ang photo na na-capture na dito. And taking more shot on the outdoor, looks nice. And I would say na klarong-klaro naman mga shots na ito. It's pretty sharp. Pati ito mga books na ito on outdoors, maganda rin naman ang pagka-capture niya. Pag zoom in mo, kitang-kita mo lahat na nakasulat dito na kanyang title. Now, further taking some more shots on the outdoors, makita natin, malaki ang nilundag ng camera ni POCO X7 Pro compared sa POCO X6 Pro. Kaya mga simple shots like this, ang mga lantern na ito, makita mo talagang ganda ng kanyang pagka-capture. And taking some of these greens, makasabi ko sa inyo na talagang enhance ang kanyang color green, medyo may pagka-saturation. Pero yung saturation na hindi naman pagka-OA ng kanyang saturation. And even though na taking this plant shot, I would say na ang ganda rin ng pagka-capture niya. Pag zoom in mo, kita mo pa rin kayo mga small little details dito sa kanya. Nung nilaro naman natin ka ng wide angle lens, this is how it looks like. This is a normal shot, and this is a 2x zoom shot. Medyo iba lang attack ng color dito sa ultra-wide lens. Makita mo mga greens dito, mas green siya. As opposed dito sa normal lens na medyo mas yellowish konti ang datingan ng mga dahon dito sa kanya. Naulitin lang natin, this is ultra-wide shot, normal, and a 2x zoom shot. Makita natin, medyo iba ang kanyang color from the ultra-wide lens and the normal lens. And by the way, this is another good shot na kuha ko dito sa kanyang camera. Now, moving on to indoor food photography, maganda rin mga images na capture ko dito sa phone na ito. And pag zoom in mo, kita mo mga nuts dito, still sharp ang mga details. And zooming it all the way dito sa mga cake na ito, kitang-kita mo rin mga details sa kanyang mga cream. And further taking more food shot, makita natin na talagang kayang-kayang mag-perform itong POCO X7 Pro. Na kung kumuha ka naman ng mga Christmas decors dito, I would say na maganda rin itong mga nakaka-capture ko dito sa camera ni POCO X7 Pro. This is probably one of my favorite shots. Ang ganda ng kanyang pagka-focus dito sa Christmas decor na ito. And this is another good shot na nagustuhan ko. Itong Christmas tree shot with a 2025 logo dito sa baba. Yan, nung pinocus natin, this is how it looks like. Very sharp ang mga details niya. Pati itong mga gown shot na nakuha natin, I really love the details na na-preserve dito sa camera na ito. And how can I forget tong sneaker na nakuha natin? Ang ganda ng details. Pag zoom in mo dito sa kanyang fabrics, kitang-kita mo lahat ng very nitty-gritty details dito sa shoe na ito. Ang ganda, guys, tingnan nyo. Nag-focus naman tayo sa kanyang front-facing camera. And I would say na itong kanyang front-facing camera has also improved compared sa POCO X6 Pro. Makita mo mga details na nakuha din sa aking mukha. Even though na medyo smooth ang aking mukha and wala mga blemishes, I would say na sobrang ganda rin ang kanyang pagka-capture dito. No kidding, Kaya niya mag-perform up to mga flagship level na kaya ng tapat ng mga F6 Pro ni POCO. Na kung sa indoor naman ang attack mo, makita mo na okay din maka-capture mo. Pero medyo mapapansin mo, it's a little bit softer compared sa outdoor. But overall, ang kanyang quality is still very, very nice. Now, using the front-facing camera to take a vlog, this is the quality na makukuha mo. Honestly, even though it's a 1080p na video, still sharp. Makita natin, no? Still looking nice ang aking video dito from the front-facing camera and quite stable din siya. Now, if you're using naman ka rear camera to take a vlog, I would say na ang smooth, ang ganda ng video na makukuha mo dito from the POCO X7 Pro. Definitely, this is a vlog-worthy na phone if you're trying to use this phone for vlogging. Now guys, as early as January pala ng 2025, bumalik na ang mid-range king na si POCO X7 Pro. With its price point sa kanyang regular edition, I would say na it's really a catch. Lalo na kung hindi ka pa nakabili ng iyong daily driver noong 2024 ng Pasko, itong phone na ito is definitely kaabang-abang. Dahil maganda ka ng camera, it can give you a good gaming experience, plus maganda rin naman ang kanyang itsura, lalo if you're a Iron Man fan. Kung hindi ka naman fan ng Iron Man, you can always opt for the regular edition for a cheaper price point. Now with a early bird, the starting price of $15,999, I would highly recommend itong POCO X7 Pro to any one of you looking for a good, well-balanced na phone, wala ka nang hanapin pang iba. Andito na siya. Now, kung gusto nyo makameno sa early bird rate ng POCO X7 Pro, click nyo na yung link on the description box below para hindi nyo ma-miss out ang early bird sale ng POCO X7 Pro. So also guys, abangan ninyo dahil gagawin natin ng comparison tong phone na ito together with the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus to give you a side-by-side comparison with a flagship phone from Samsung para makita natin kung kaya nga ba netong tapatan ang flagship ni Samsung. So don't forget to subscribe para hindi nyo ma-miss out ang video na yon. And kung nagustuhan nyo itong video na ito, don't forget to share it to your friends. And a quick sub dito sa aking channel is definitely awesome. I'll see you in my next video. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.